tyranny and authoritarianism doesn't always look like what we think it looks like. And the worst kind is exactly what you're saying there. It's the propaganda that makes people believe that this is all good. It's fine. I'm with the program. So I'm going to be treated well by this system. Big Brother loves me.
Folks, very excited to welcome back our next guest, James Corbett, award-winning investigative journalist. And since 2007, he's the host of the Corbett Report, an independent, listener-supported alternative news source covering breaking news and important issues from 9/11 to false flag terror to the police state, eugenics, geopolitics, central banking fraud, and more. Here's his latest book. Now, you might think this is called Reportage, but it is not. It is Reportage. Okay, how do you say it? Reportage?
Reportage.
Reportage. Now, that sounds French to me, James.
Maybe. I'm Canadian, so I've always heard it reportage.
Oh,
I don't know. You tell me.
Those French Canadians, they're the sneaky Frenchmen. You never know. Anyway, great to have you back. Thanks for being. I was just reading your book, which it's full of great stuff, right? And it's really amazing. But we're going to talk about, what's coming with we went through the vaccine mandates, and we had vaccine passports. I unfortunately had one of those because I got the vaccine and I got vaccine injured, and I didn't know I was not giving my informed consent because they were lying to us, and they even gave us a different formula. Then they tested. It's so many illegal things happen.
Yep.
Are you still surprised? Let me just ask you, are you still surprised that people aren't more outraged that the regular people, like the people who vote Democrat, put it that way, have not woken up to the unbelievable crime that was committed by the government and the media and the WHO and everybody else surrounding COVID? Like the amount of, they all scream. We just had a No Kings rally here because they're all upset about Donald Trump trying to make himself a king, even though the government's shut down right now because the Democrats have leverage, so he's not a king. But they don't care about the authoritarianism that led to 41% of Black-owned businesses being closed permanently during COVID. They don't care about that. They didn't care about being locked in their houses. They didn't care about not being able to go to work or feed their families or anything. I don't know. I could ask this question for an hour. What do you
No,
make?
it's incredibly important because there is no better example of the left-right brainwashing psyop that is going on right now than if you went back in time 20, 25 years and you went to any leftist march anywhere in the world, let alone in the US, you would absolutely fit right in, screw big pharma, we're against those big corporations, they're killing us, and everyone would agree with you. And now if you do the same, oh my God, you're a weird right-winger. That to me is just that's political brainwashing in a nutshell.
Yeah, and so the best kind of propaganda is the propaganda where people don't know it's propaganda. That's how it works, right? And so I've had smart people on my show recently who vote Democrat and who have still repeating talking points about COVID from like 5 years ago. It's just amazing to me. Do you think that they'll ever wake up?
I think there probably is a point at which you've invested your identity so much in a certain political propaganda line that it would be very difficult for you to come back from it, which is why I think the COVID conversation basically disappeared so quickly, because so many people probably understood intuitively they'd been had, but no one wants to talk about it. I mean, even SNL was making fun of that, right? Where suddenly no one wants to talk about anything that just happened over the past few years. It's remarkable.
The only thing I saw was Dana Carvey and was it Mike Myers? Who's the guy he does his podcast with? Anyway,
David Spade.
David Spade, that's right. And they were making jokes about, you got to get a booster. It lasts till you get to the car. Then you got to get another booster for your car ride home. And then you get another booster when you get home. And so that was the only time I'd ever seen anybody in the mainstream make jokes about it. Besides, of course, Woody Harrelson when he's a real radical. He went on Saturday Night Live and told the truth about what actually happened.
Yeah.
Remember that? That was amazing. But I was reading your book and you talk about the systems of control because we went through a system of control in COVID. It was a big test. For me, I think it was a big test They wanted to roll this out. They wanted to kill the economy during Donald Trump so they could make sure that he couldn't get reelected. This was definitely to try to make sure they would do anything. They impeached him twice. They did a FBI psyop called January 6th. They prosecuted them. They did 4 bogus prosecutions of Donald Trump, and each one of them. So that's what I think COVID was. And in the book on page 185, it says, but beyond systems of control that rely on brute force and naked aggression, there exists what Aldous Huxley describes as an array of non-terroristic techniques for inducing consent and inducing people to love their servitude. And people did come to love their servitude during COVID, and they still do. You want to talk about that at all? How they're made to love their servitude?
Right. Yeah. So that is in the context of an essay where I'm talking about that fundamental, not even a split, but just sort of a difference in strategy that authoritarians can use. They can go the 1984 jackbooted thugs with the boot on the face sort of tyranny, or they can go the Aldous Huxley Brave New Worlds, drugging people with soma and making them love their servitude kind of a tyranny. And either one is bad, but at the very least, when you have the 1984 police state, Big Brother kind of police state, at the very least, people know that there is a tyrant and they know that the boot is on their face. And there are ways to make people love the boot, I guess, but it's much harder. But when there's no boot on the face, what are you talking about? It's all good, man. Just take the shots. You're fine. That is way more insidious. And that doesn't work through outright physical violence unless and until they need to bring that out, the iron fist and the velvet glove. But it's the velvet glove. It's all the things that you like. You don't worry, you'll get your cheeseburgers and beer. Remember when they were giving out donuts if you would take your vaccine?
Yeah, they give you
it's the symbol of health.
A burger and fries. De Blasio promised the people of New York if you went down to get, he's eating the fries as he's telling you, oh, these are great fries. Go get your booster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. So that's the way, tyranny and authoritarianism doesn't always look like what we think it looks like. And the worst kind is exactly what you're saying there. It's the propaganda that makes people believe that this is all good. It's fine. I'm with the program. So I'm going to be treated well by this system. Big Brother loves me.
Would you have considered yourself a lefty at some point in your life?
I am Canadian, so I was basically socialist by default. That's our indoctrination programming that we receive from birth. And so, yeah, I was definitely on the left side of the spectrum until I realized the spectrum is a lie.
That the spectrum is a lie?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So also in the book, I have an essay on up-down politics that we talked about last time.
Yes.
Where they got the left-right thing, which, it exists. It's real. But the more important thing is up-down, authoritarianism versus freedom.
Come see us in Australia. Second show's added in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. We'll see you in Burbank, California, the day after Thanksgiving. It's a Friday. And then Pottstown, Pennsylvania, December 6th. Plus, January 11th, we're going to be in Waikiki at the Blue Note. Tickets not available yet for them, but go to jimmydore.com for a link for all the other tickets.